Bloomberg recently said something that is making waves in the business world. They think that the value of XRP will go through the roof and could even go over $60,000. A Bloomberg expert made this bold claim. They said that XRP is like Bitcoin for banks. These rumors have been backed up by Bloomberg's business news experts. This isn't just a guess then. This is based on information from a reliable source. More and more people are talking about how XRP's value could skyrocket to an amazing $60,000. This happens right after Ripple said in public that they want XRP to become the cryptocurrency of choice for banks, similar to what Bitcoin is for the rest of the market. There's more to these than just rumors or casual statements. An advisor for Bloomberg recognized them in public on live TV. Ripple's new relationship with the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, USDA, is also a big deal. The deals they want to make on the XRP ledger will be worth an amazing $1.2 quadrillion. To handle such large amounts, this could mean that the starting price of XRP needs to be around $10,000. We're going to talk in depth about all of these changes in today's show. Hello, Money Side family. We are your reliable source for all things XRP. Before we go, please do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and notifications to become a part of our group. Today's movie is all about the fuss that Bloomberg made when they said that XRP could reach an amazing $60,000 in a very short amount of time. First, we're going to talk about the revolutionary idea that Ripple is making big relationships in the financial and institutional worlds. We talked about the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, ISDA, and Ripple's big plan to handle more than $1.2 quadrillion earlier in this video. However, that's only the tip of the iceberg. We've mostly been looking at what's happening in Europe and North America. Although Ripple has an impact on many more places than just these 8, let's not forget about countries like Africa, where Ripple is making big steps forward. Ripple wants to change the way people send money across borders into Africa by working with OnFric. This project isn't just for Africa. It will also make it easier to do business between Africa and a number of other important areas. Imagine being able to easily send money between countries in Africa, the UK, Australia, and the Gulf Cooperation Council. All of this could be done with Ripple's platform. This level of global financial integration has never been seen before, and in today's action-packed movie, we'll talk about all of these exciting changes. Let's learn more about this interesting subject. A big name in financial news, Bloomberg, has talked a lot about the promise of Bitcoin and more specifically, how XRP is doing better than Bitcoin. This is not a new story. It's a common theme, especially when they talk about how much XRP costs at $60,000. Some people might think this is new information, but it's not. We've seen this kind of guessing before. Bard AI has confirmed that Forbes, another major financial news outlet, once ran a story with the title, "The New Bitcoin is XRP," and it's headed to $59,472. This is a striking example. It's interesting that this story was taken down minutes after it was published. This is not just a rumor, it has been confirmed by several AI systems such as CHAT, GPT, and others. The alignment in these stories is especially interesting. Both the Bloomberg analysis and the now defunct Forbes piece show that XRP is heading in the same direction, which means it could not only compete with Bitcoin, but also possibly beat it. This is important, especially since Bitcoin's all-time high was around $60,000. When these well-known financial sources agree on something, it makes the debate about XRP's future value more interesting. It's important to look into the reasons behind these big statements. Why do well-known financial publications like Bloomberg and Forbes, though only quickly in the case of Forbes, predict such a huge rise for XRP? This is more than just a guess. It shows that people are becoming more sure about the digital currency market and XRP's possible role in it. The important thing is to know where XRP fits in the world of digital currencies. Bitcoin is often thought of as a digital gold, a way to keep value. XRP, on the other hand, is making a name for itself as a way to make international transactions easier. Its relationships and technological advances are meant to speed up, lower the cost, and improve the efficiency of international trade. This is especially important in the world we live in now, where trade and banking between countries are very important. Also, XRP's technology foundation, which is based on Ripple's blockchain technology, is built for speed and scale, which fixes some of Bitcoin's problems. Because of this, XRP is a good choice for both individual investors and banks that want to make their processes run more smoothly. So when people say that XRP will hit or go over $60,000, they're not just making assumptions. The value and effect that XRP might have on the world's financial system are shown by this. It means seeing XRP as more than just another coin. It means seeing it as a tool that can change the way money is handled. As digital currencies continue to change, it's clear that XRP is one of the most important ones to keep an eye on. When you combine the lessons from Bloomberg and Forbes with Ripple's technological progress and strategic partnerships, you get a picture of a bright future for XRP. It's important to stress the pattern we're seeing in financial news, especially in the case of the Forbes story about XRP that was barred AI verified. This story was published for a short time, but was quickly taken down. And this is not a one-time thing. There's a pattern where financial news sites with close ties to industry leaders write groundbreaking pieces about cryptocurrencies like XRP, but then quickly take them down. It makes you wonder why these quick deletions happen and why there is silence afterward. This trend isn't just happening at Forbes. The advisor to Bloomberg's comment about XRP is similar to what we saw before. Even though this information has been shared and checked, it seems like there is a coordinated attempt to play it down or even shut it down. Reports and papers that talk about XRP are being hidden from the public, which is part of a pattern of suppression and secrecy. It's hard not to wonder what's going on behind the scenes. What's the deal with not wanting these XRP talks to stay in the public eye? The fact that BlackRock filed for the iShare XRP Trust ETF is a great example of this. It wasn't given the attention it earned, but this was a big move. It should be big news that such a big banking institution is taking steps to accept XRP, but this pattern of removal and silence is making it less important. This habit of deleting and keeping quiet makes things more confusing than it clarifies. What do these acts mean for the world? Why is there such a push to keep people from learning about these big changes in the world of cryptocurrencies, especially with XRP? As more and more reports indicate that BlackRock is involved with XRP, these reports are suddenly thrown out as false, which is a very interesting turn of events. This is true even though reliable sources, such as the news page for the Delaware state government, made it clear that an XRP ETF trust entity was filed by a BlackRock advisor. It was clear to everyone what the proof was, but soon after, these confirmations were taken back. Think about this. Bloomberg analyst Eric Blinch was the first person to tweet that BlackRock's decision to create the iShares XRP Trust was legal. This was a big admission, but in a strange turn of events, he later took it back and said it was wrong. These inconsistencies are not just a bunch of random events. An effort seems to be made to play down BlackRock's interest in XRP so that it looks like big banks like JP Morgan and BlackRock are not really interested in this coin. The truth, on the other hand, seems to be very different.